A warm welcome to all viewers. Today I shall speak about Rabindrik Psychotherapy. Rabindra Chetona means the consciousness, spirit, ideals, and philosophy of Rabindranath Tagore. The main ideas of Rabindra Chetona include humanism, that is, love for humanity, dignity of every person, universal brotherhood, compassion and empathy, freedom of mind, including independent thinking, freedom from blind superstitions, creativity, and intellectual liberty, harmony with nature, that is, closeness to nature, appreciation of beauty, and peaceful coexistence with the environment, spirituality without narrowness, that is, inner realization, truth, beauty, and unity of mankind, importance of art and creativity, that is, music, poetry, dance, literature, and art, considered as paths to emotional growth, self expression, inner harmony, mental upliftment, education for complete development of mind, emotions, morality, creativity, and social responsibility, that is, a holistic development enabled through education. Rabindrik psychotherapy is a therapeutic approach inspired by the literary works, songs, philosophy, and performing arts of Rabindranath Tagore. It was developed mainly by the psychologist Dr. Devdulal Datta Roy in Kolkata. It chiefly uses the artistic and philosophical works of Rabindranath Tagore to promote emotional healing, personality development, inner harmony through creative expression, self realization, and self awareness. It believes that music, poetry, dance, drama, storytelling, and artistic expression can help a person to achieve self awareness, emotional balance, and mental healing. Instead of focusing on symptoms, the therapy encourages people to understand their emotions and inner conflicts through Tagore's creative works. The therapist may use Rabindra Songit, recitation of Tagore's poems, creative arts, discussion of emotions and life experiences, movement, or drama activities. The therapist here acts more like a facilitator who creates an environment for emotional expression and self discovery. The goals of Rabindra psychotherapy include helping an individual to deal with stress and anxiety, emotional distress, depression, loneliness, and to attain self understanding and psychological well being. It is not the same as music therapy. It is much broader in scope as it combines music, literature, dance, drama, philosophy, and artistic interaction. The steps of Rabindrik psychotherapy include establishing rapport, that is, developing a warm, trusting, and empathetic relationship with the client, creating a calm and aesthetically pleasant environment, and encouraging the client to speak freely about feelings and experiences. Next, the therapist tries to understand the client's emotions, its conflicts, stress, anxiety, sadness, frustrations, or interpersonal problems. Through observation, conversation, and emotional expression, the therapist tries to assess the problems of the client. Next, selection of appropriate materials from Tagore's works is done according to the client's emotional condition. These may include Rabindrik poems, stories, dance, drama, paintings, and philosophical ideas. Next, the client listens to songs, reads poems, watches performances, and participates in artistic activities. The aim is to awaken emotional insight and inner reflection. Artistic experiences help to release suppressed emotions. The client is then encouraged to express feelings, memories, fears, hopes, and personal experiences. The emotional release or catharsis helps the client to reduce mental tension and conflict. Through discussion and reflection, the client develops self understanding, awareness of personal strengths, acceptance of emotions, and a positive outlook towards life. The client learns to apply the gained insight in daily life, and emphasis is placed on harmony, creativity, human relationships, balanced living, and emotional adjustment. Progress is reviewed regularly, and continued involvement of music, literature, and creative activities is encouraged for long term well being. How Rabindrik Psychotherapy works. Rabindrik Psychotherapy enables emotional stimulation through art. That is, Tagore's songs, poems, stories, dance, drama, paintings create deep emotional responses in the person. These artistic experiences help to awaken hidden emotions and thoughts. Catharsis or emotional release is attained, wherein many people who suppress their sadness, fear, anger, or loneliness express their emotions freely through music, recitation, singing, or creative activities. This emotional release reduces mental tension, decreases stress and anxiety, and provides emotional relief. Tagore's works often deal with human relationships, nature, freedom, sorrow, hope, spirituality, and meaning of life. By reflecting on these themes, the person begins to understand personal conflicts, recognize feelings, and gain insight into behavior and emotions. Rabindrik psychotherapy encourages love, beauty, creativity, compassion, optimism, and attaining harmony with nature and society. Positive emotions help to improve mental well being and emotional balance. The therapy allows individuals to sing, write, act, paint, dance, and discuss feelings openly. Such creative self expression improves confidence and helps individuals to feel psychologically free and more accepted. Finally, the therapist views the individual as a whole in terms of mind, emotions, creativity, and social life, which are all connected. Instead of only treating symptoms, it aims to develop self awareness, emotional maturity, inner peace, and a balanced personality, thereby enabling humanistic and holistic healing. Reported effectiveness of the therapy informs us that it brings emotional relief to the clients. Many people report that Rabindrasangit, poetry, creative expression, and reflective discussions help to reduce anxiety, sadness, loneliness, emotional tension, and stress. The artistic atmosphere often creates feelings of calmness and comfort. The therapy encourages introspection and emotional awareness. Clients may develop better understanding of their emotions, improved self esteem, a more positive outlook, stronger emotional balance. For Bengali individuals or people emotionally connected with Tagore's philosophy, the therapy may feel more relatable, emotionally meaningful, and culturally comforting. This cultural familiarity can increase emotional engagement in therapy because it includes music, literature, drama, and art. It may help people who struggle to express feelings verbally, enjoy artistic activities, and respond well to creative learning and healing methods. However, this therapy does not have much large scale scientific research or clinical testing as established psychotherapies, and it is not a replacement for medical treatment. We can say that we can often better view it as a supportive therapy, a complementary therapy, and a culturally sensitive therapeutic approach. So, Rabindrik psychotherapy can be emotionally enriching and psychologically supportive, particularly for people who connect with Tagore's artistic and philosophical world. While many individuals find it beneficial for emotional healing and self awareness, more scientific research is needed to fully establish its clinical effectiveness. Thank you for listening patiently.